9 of the fantasy baseball season, and here's a few pitchers I looked at off the wire this week. The first pitcher, Mackenzie Gore of the Washington Nationals. So Gore's been on the list on and off this season, and right now he's available in 50% of fantasy leagues. So 1 or 2 more good outings, he's not going to be out there for owners to go out there and get on the season. 53 and a third, 3-4 record, 62 Ks, a 3.04 ERA, a 1.29 WHIP, and 4 quality starts. But the last couple weeks here for Gore, 19 and a third, 1-1 record, 20 Ks, a 2.33 ERA, 0.98 WHIP, and 3 quality starts. So we know Gore, he was one of the centerpieces in the Soto deal a few trade deadlines ago. Mackenzie Gore, CJ Abrams, and James Woods. So right now, Gore's paying good dividends for the Washington Nationals. Last season, I thought he was pretty decent in a full year. And the last few games, he's starting to get things going in a big way for fantasy owners. So right now, while he's out there in 50% of fantasy leagues, he's definitely in there this week. He's going to get strikeouts. He's going deep into games, and he's got good stuff, especially that he's a lefty, and we don't see a lot of good lefties anymore in the league. Last few games, May 12th at Boston, 6 innings, got the loss, 6 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, 9 Ks, a quality start. May 18th at Philly, 6 and a third, 3 hits, 2 runs, 3 walks, 3 Ks, a quality start. And May 24th versus the Mariners, he pitched the gem, 7 innings, got the win, 4 hits, a run, a walk, 8 Ks, a quality start. So Gore's starting to get things going. 20 strikeouts in the last 3 outings for him, 3 quality starts in a row. I know he pitches in a tough division, but he's got major upside, and he's been pitching good baseball, so he's definitely a good add this week. And if he's out there, like I said, in your league, he's a must-add as well. The next pitcher, Reese Olson of the Detroit Tigers. So Reese Olson, one of the best pitchers ERA-wise in the league this season. On the year, I know the record isn't good, but besides that, everything else is great, and he just had bad luck with this Tiger offense. On the season, 56 and a third, 1-5 record, 47 strikeouts, a 2.10 ERA, a 1.04 WHIP, and 5 quality starts. So like I said, Reese Olson, he's been lights out for this Detroit Tiger team. One of the best ERAs in all Major League Baseball, and still surprisingly out there in 53% of fantasy leagues. The only problem is the Tigers don't get run support for him, but he's going to be good in ERA. He's going to eat innings, going to have a good whip. Strikeouts and just losses are the problem. But the last couple weeks here, he's been lights out. Like I mentioned, 17 innings, 1-1 record, 12 strikeouts, an 0.64 ERA, 0.90 whip, and 2 quality starts in the time. So right now, Reese Olson, he continues to go out there, start out and pitch great baseball for this Tiger team, and he's given length for the most part as well, besides that one bad outing May 20th at Kansas City. So the last few outings, May 14th versus the Marlins, 8 innings, no decision, 3 hits, no runs, 6 Ks, a quality start. May 20th at the Royals, 2 2/3, got the loss, 5 hits, a run, a walk in that one, 2 Ks. And then May 25th versus the Jays, 6 1/3, got the win, 3 hits, no runs, 3 walks, 4 Ks, a quality start. So the last 4 outings, only 2 earned runs given up by Reese Olson, and he's pitching great. He's in a division where the offenses aren't all that great. Cleveland, Kansas City in the Central, obviously the Chicago White Sox, one of the worst teams in the league, Minnesota Twins, offense up and down this year. So right now, with all those factors going his way, and he's pitching great baseball and just needs more run support, even though I don't believe his ERA is going to stay under a 2.5 the whole season. But right now, he's got to be owned in way more fantasy leagues, in my opinion. The next pitcher, Ryan Weathers of the Miami Marlins. So Ryan Weathers, another pitcher who's in this same type of category as a Reese Olson, I believe. On the year, 56 2/3, 2-4 record, 46 Ks, a 3.49 ERA, 1.11 whip, and 5 quality starts. He's not getting run support. The Marlins and the Rockies, the 2 worst teams right now in the National League. But the last 2 weeks, he's been lights out, 15 innings, 0-0 record, 12 Ks, and 0.60 ERA, 0.53 whip, and 2 quality starts. So Weathers, former San Diego Padre, and it just didn't work out and wasn't really a spot in the rotation for him there. Now he got traded to the Marlins in the offseason, and he's helping this Marlins team out and going deep into ball games, where beginning of the year and even last season, he was a 4 or 5 inning pitcher, but now we've seen him go 6, 7, even 8 innings at times. May 8th at the Dodgers, 6 innings, got the loss, 5 hits, 3 runs, a walk, 3 Ks, a quality start. May 14th at the Tigers, 8 innings, no decision, 3 hits, no runs, 4 Ks, a quality start. And May 20th versus the Brewers, 7 innings in that one. Tough luck, no decision once again, 2 hits, a run, 3 walks, 8 Ks, a quality starts. His next outings here today at the Arizona Diamondbacks, and we'll see if he can keep the string of quality starts going. 4 in a row it's been for Weathers. He's been pitching great baseball. I know he's on a bad team, like I mentioned, in the Marlins, but that he's only owned in 14% of fantasy leagues, he's way underowned in my opinion, because I believe Weathers could go out there and he can help fantasy owners eating innings, ERA-wise, and even the strikeouts have ticked up a little bit over the last few outings here, where he's actually got 15 Ks in the last 3 outings. So right now, since he's out there in tons of fantasy leagues at 86%, he's definitely an ad this week. The next ad, Andrew Abbott of the Cincinnati Reds. So Abbott, he's been under the radar a lot. Last season, he was one of the top prospects in the Red system before he got called up to the major leagues. And he had a great K rate last year, 120 Ks in 109 and a third. But this season, his Ks have dropped off, but the ERA's been good. And another guy's been pitching better as the season's gone on. On the year, 57 innings, 3-4 record, 43 Ks at 2.68 ERA, 1.09 whip, and 4 quality starts. But the last couple weeks, he's been unhittable for the most part. 14 innings, 1-0 record, 6 Ks, 0.64 ERA, 0.79 whip, and 2 quality starts. So available in 55% of fantasy leagues here is Abbott. He's a pitcher that we have to see a little more length out of him, but he's starting to do that as well. And these younger guys, as the season goes on, they build up their arm and build up more innings. And that's exactly what Andrew Abbott has done over the last few weeks. So the last few games for Abbott, May 10th at the Giants, 5 innings, got the win. 6 hits, 2 runs, a walk, 2 Ks. May 15th at the Diamondbacks, 7 innings, tough luck, no decision. 4 hits, a run, 2 walks, 4 Ks, a quality start. May 21st, pitched a gem versus the Padres. 7 innings, got the win. 4 hits, no runs, a walk, 2 Ks, a quality start. So like I said, the only down thing for Abbott is his Ks have gone down this season. But he's getting that batters out quicker with shorter counts. And obviously guys hitting it on the ground. So I know he pitches in a bandbox, but it's definitely impressive that his ERAs went down a lot over the last few weeks. And definitely a pitcher I looked at on the wire this week. The next pitcher, Logan Allen of the Cleveland Guardians. So Logan Allen, it's been an up and down season for him in his second year in the major leagues. But he's another pitcher that pitches to contact, and a lefty that's been starting to get things going as late as well here is Logan Allen. So Allen right now, the last few games he's gone out there and definitely turned the season around after he got off to a pretty slow start in the early going. Is Allen on the season, 6-2 record, 57 innings, 50 Ks, a 4.89 ERA, 1.46 whip, and 3 quality starts. So like I said, he got off to a horrible start, is Allen, but the last 2 weeks he's been one of the best pitchers in fantasy baseball. 17 2/3, 3-0 record, 17 Ks, a 1.53 ERA, 1.25 whip, and 2 quality starts. So right now he's available in tons of fantasy leagues here. Still in 69% is Allen, and he's going out there and he's getting the job done for this Cleveland Guardian team and for fantasy owners who have him on their roster. He's a lefty. He's not going to have a high strikeout rate, but he's going to pitch to contact, get that baseball on the ground, and that's what he's been doing. And he pitches in a division as well, like I mentioned early in the video with Olsen, where there's not great hitting teams. Detroit, Chicago, Minnesota, Kansas City, and the Centrals are pretty favorable matchups for most part for Allen when he versus a division rival. May 12th at the White Sox, 6 innings, got the win. 6 hits, no runs, a walk, 3 Ks, a quality start. May 18th versus the Twins, 6 innings, got the win. 5 hits, no runs, a walk, 7 Ks, a quality start. And May 24th at the Angels, 5 2/3, got the win. 7 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, 7 Ks. So Allen, he's gone out there 2 out of 3 outings, quality starts. The strikeout rate actually has gone up. The last 2 outings were 14 strikeouts, and he's pitching good baseball now for a Guardian team dealing with a lot of injuries in the rotation. Obviously, Shane Bieber out for the season. Gavin Williams, there's no timetable for his return. Carlos Carrasco just went on the injured list last week. So right now, Logan Allen's going to have a spot in this rotation, and he's turned things around over the last few weeks, and definitely a pitcher was pretty big on last season, and now a pitcher starting to get things going once again. The next pitcher, Cole Quantrill of the Colorado Rockies. So Quantrill, I know he's on one of the worst teams, if not the worst team in the league. It's close between the Marlins, White Sox, and this Rocky team. But Quantrill, he's gone out there the last 3-4 outings and been a solid pitcher on the year. 57 2/3, 3-3 record, 44 Ks, 3.59 ERA, 1.25 whip, and 7 quality starts. But the last 2 weeks, 12 innings, 1-0 record, 13 Ks, 2.25 ERA, 1.08 whip, and 2 quality starts. So Quantrill, it's pretty impressive for the veteran. Pitching obviously half his games and home games at Coors Field, where his ERA is under a 4, and he's really turned things around over the last month of the season. Right now, still out there in tons of fantasy leagues at 84%. So the last few games for Quantrill, he's been one of the better pitchers in fantasy baseball. May 9th versus the Giants, 6 innings, got the win. 5 hits, a run, 3 walks, 5 Ks, a quality start. May 14th at the Padres. 6 innings, got the win. 6 hits, a run, 3 walks, 5 Ks, a quality start. And May 21st at Oakland, 6 innings, no decision. 3 hits, 2 runs, a walk, 8 Ks, a quality start. So like I said, Quantrill, the last month and a half, he's gone out there and pitched great baseball. But today's definitely going to be a tough test for him versus the Philadelphia Phillies, the best team in the National League right now, them or the Los Angeles Dodgers, where both these teams are hitting the baseball great. They got big power in the lineup. And like I said, Cole Quantrill's been pitching great, but he definitely is due to have a bad outing. But right now, since he's out there in tons of fantasy leagues and pitching good, he's definitely a pickup this week. The next pickup, Robert Gasser of the Milwaukee Brewers. I had Gasser on the list a couple times over the last few weeks, but he's still out there in 81% of leagues. And so far, I know it's a small sample size, but he's a former top prospect many years ago. But injuries and poor performances in the minor leagues bumped him down the list. But so far, 17 innings, 2-0 record, 6 Ks, 2.65 ERA, 1.12 whip, and a quality start. So another lefty is Gasser, like these other pitchers I mentioned in this video. And he's a guy that's a crafty type of pitcher, is Gasser, where he's going out there. And so far, 5 or 6 innings, it's been in his first 3 outings, where I think he'll stretch him out even more as the season goes on. His next outing's tomorrow versus the Cubs, which I think is a pretty decent matchup. And with all the injuries in this rotation, DL Hall, Wade Miley, Joe Ross hurt, they don't have many options in this rotation, is this Brewer team. So Gasser, I think he's going to stick for a while. May 10th versus St. Louis, 6 innings, got the win. 2 hits, no runs, 4 Ks, a quality start. May 15th versus the Pirates, 5 innings, got the win. 6 hits, a run, a walk, 2 Ks. And May 21st at the Marlins, 6 innings, no decision. 10 hits, 4 runs in that one. So that was a bad outing for Robert Gasser. I know he's not a strikeout pitcher. Obviously, this season, he don't have 6 strikeouts on the season, but right now he's pitching good baseball for this Brewer team. His next outing, like I said, is tomorrow, and they're going to keep him in the rotation. I don't think his ceiling is unlimited here for Robert Gasser, but definitely someone who could be solid in the back end of your fantasy rotation and can help this week. Available in 81% of fantasy leagues. The next pitcher is Michael Wacha of the Kansas City Royals. So Michael Wacha, he's turned things around over the last few weeks, and we know he got a decent contract from this Kansas City Royal team in the offseason. So on the year for Wacha, 56 2/3, 4-4 record, 47 Ks, a 4.45 ERA, 1.32 whip, and 5 quality starts. But the last couple weeks, 13 innings, 2-0 record, 10 Ks, a 2.08 ERA, 0.92 whip, and 2 quality starts. So Wacha, like I said, he's turned things around over the last few weeks. Available right now in 61% of leagues. And this Royal rotation, for the most part, has been pitching good baseball, led by Cole Ragans, Seth Lugo. Michael Wacha pitching well. His next outings today is well versus one of his former teams at the Tampa Bay Rays, where we know their offense isn't all that great. And I mentioned this a few times in the video. This Central Division we know is not great, with Detroit, Minnesota Twins, obviously in this division. Cleveland Guardians, I know they've been pretty decent this year, but these are teams that have been beatable, and we've seen Wacha go out there and pitch good baseball versus the majority of them. May 9th at the Angels, 6 innings, got the win. 3 hits, 2 runs, 5 walks, 6 Ks, a quality start. May 14th at Seattle, 6 innings, got the win. 3 hits, a run, 2 walks, 7 Ks, a quality start. And May 20th versus the Tigers, 7 innings, got the win. 6 hits, 2 runs, a walk, 3 Ks, a quality start. So Wacha, 3 outings in a row, a quality start. We know he's been an innings eater over the last few years with the New York Mets, Tampa Bay Rays he was on, and then the Padres last season. And now he's doing it once again with this Royal team. He's not much of a strikeout pitcher, but definitely an innings eater and someone who could get on hot streaks. And we've seen it the last couple of years. We can help your fantasy team for a few months. And then, obviously, if things unravel, then you just drop him. But right now, I like him as a pickup this week. The next pitcher is his teammate, Alec Marsh of the Kansas City Royals. So Marsh, it's been a great year for him, no doubt about it. 43 innings, 4-1 record, 36 Ks, a 2.72 ERA, 1.07 whip, and 2 quality starts. So Marsh, he had a small stint on the injured list early in the season, but right now he's been back in action. And the last couple outings since he's returned, Marsh has pitched good baseball for this Kansas City Royal team. And I think someone that should be added in more leagues, available right now in tons of leagues at 74%. May 10th at the Angels, 5 1/3, no decision. 4 hits, a run, 2 walks, 7 Ks. May 15th at Seattle, 5 innings, tough luck loss in that one. 5 hits, a run, a walk, 7 Ks. And then May 21st versus the Tigers, 6 innings. In that one, got the win. 5 hits, 3 runs, 2 walks, 5 Ks, a quality start. So a lot of AL Central pitchers on this video, and they got better matchups where I think weakest hitting divisions in the league. And right now, we've seen this Royal staff with Marsh, Lugo, Cole Reagans, and Walker, a pretty solid rotation, and one of the better rotations so far in the early going. So right now, I would take advantage of getting Marsh on my roster before it's too late and someone else picks him up and he pays dividends for them. And his next outing is tomorrow at the Minnesota Twins. And the final pitcher I looked at off the wire this week's Bailey Falter of the Pittsburgh Pirates. So this Pirate team, another team where I like their rotation a lot. Obviously, Paul Skeens, Mitch Keller, Jared Jones, so far impressive his rookie season. You got Martin Perez, Bailey Falter, a solid starting five in my opinion. And Falter's really turned things around over the last couple weeks as well on the season. 58 in the third, 3-2 record, 33 Ks, 3.55 ERA, 0.98 whip, and 5 quality starts. So he's not going to strike out many people. He's a pitch-to-contact lefty, is Falter, but he's going out there and getting the job done. The last couple weeks, 21 innings, 1-0 record, 7 Ks, a 2.14 ERA, 0.90 whip, and 3 quality starts. So this Pirate team, they've been playing pretty decent baseball this season. And like I said, they got one of the better rotations on paper, in my opinion. Falter is a 4th or 5th starter, definitely fills out this rotation nicely. May 12th versus the Cubs, 6 innings, no decision, 5 hits, 2 runs, 2 walks, a K, a quality start. May 18th at the Cubs again, 7 2/3. Tough luck, no decision in that one. 3 hits, no runs, 2 walks, 2 Ks, a quality start. And May 24th versus a great Brave lineup, 7 1/3, got the win. 6 hits, 3 runs, a walk, 4 Ks, a quality start. So 3 quality starts in a row. We've seen him do it versus a tough Atlanta Brave offense. And obviously a middle-of-the-pack type of Cub offense, back-to-back ball games. But like I said, lefties, there's not many great ones in the league here, but we've seen some guys emerge, especially on this list. I mentioned a few decent lefties here. Mackenzie Gore, Ryan Weathers, Andrew Abbott, Logan Allen, and I add Falter to this list here. I think these guys could be solid for fantasy owners this week. I'm not saying they're players that possibly keep this up all season, but right now, while these pitchers are pitching good and can help fantasy owners, they're definitely adds this week. So Falter available 91% of fantasy leagues. That's a few pitchers I looked at off the waiver wire for week 9 of the fantasy baseball season.